Alright, welcome to the next installment of the Jedi Sentinel PvP DPS build. This is Prodigal, and today we'll be going over the rotation and gear. I'm going to quickly just kind of go over it as well as key bindings, and we'll call that the end of it, I guess. First, you want to set up your key bindings in a comfortable area for your hand. That way you're not stretching it too far, you're not taking your hand off keys that you need to, to move around. You're not stressing yourself to try to get to your different skills. And some people use the lower half. I like to use the upper half of the keyboard. As you see, I have tilde 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and anything past that is kind of stretching my hand too far, so I've dropped down to QERF. That way I can keep it in a comfortable range. I left these at minus and equals because, I mean, if I won't hit these, I just hit this at like the first of the, force mind at like the first of the war zone, and every time I die before I even go in again. So hitting that's not gonna stress me out because I can just move over and hit it real quick and then go. Same thing with introspection. I'm gonna be in a safe area to be able to hit it. So moving my hand on that's not really gonna hurt. And then on the bottom I have F1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, that keeps me in kind of a comfortable range where I can stretch my hand a little bit to get to them, but it doesn't stretch it so far that I'm moving off the keys that I need. And then of course I have shift tilde 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which I have not put anything in. Those will be filled up soon. But until then, they're gonna remain empty because I don't use a lot of the skills that this actual build gives you. Anyways, now we're going to go over the rotation, and the rotation you see here is what I use and what I'll probably be using even at 50. There's going to be a couple skills, Merciless Slash and Dispatch, that I'm going to throw in here somewhere. But for right now, this is pretty much how it's going to stay. Because I mean, this is exactly what works for me, and this will just give you an idea of the kind of rotation that you need for a Sentinel. Let me move the camera around here, looking at my girl. Anyways, first and foremost, you're going to hit your bubble saber ward. Next, you're going to jump in with force sleep. Keep strike in a comfortable area where you can spam it. You're going to be spamming it while you throw all your other skills in between it, and this is going to help keep your focus up. This builds focus, this builds focus, this builds focus. So I keep all my building focus, or my focus building skills up front, and then everything behind here uses focus. As you can see, focus, Master Strike doesn't, well, it does. It doesn't say it does, but it does use focus. And then focus. So you got 5 skills that use focus, 3 that build it pretty quickly, and later on you'll get some skills, as I went over in the skill tree, that'll help these skills that do use focus keep your focus up. Right now, I haven't really struggled a whole lot with keeping my focus up. I thought I was going to, but I don't. With Overload Saber, I do kind of have to throw in some more strikes and make sure I keep up with Zealous Strike's cooldown to keep my focus up, but it was a pretty easy transition. Anyways, so you're going to have Strike and then Zealous Strike to fill the bar up. Overload Saber, which is a staple, use this every time it comes up. You're going to be doing a lot of burn damage. Slash in between that, and then you're going to stack Cauterize on top of your Overload Saber burns, and by then, hopefully by then in the match, you've built up 30 centering, and then you hit Zen, and you'll get criticals out of both of them. So deadly, deadly combo right there. So that's the way I have it set up. And then after that, you're gonna throw in some Master Strikes every time you get it, because you're gonna be doing a lot of damage using this. But make sure, because what I did when I got Overload Saber, I moved Master Strike down here, and I started losing a lot of DPS because I wasn't throwing in Master Strike as often as I was before I got Overload, and it's because I moved it into an area where I wasn't used to it being. And so after I kind of adjusted myself, I made sure I went over and started using Master Strike again. And then of course at the end I got my my Blade Storm and Crippling Throw for the range. And don't dismiss Crippling Throw; it helps out a lot, especially when you have like an operative kiting you around trying to do mobile heals and everything. Throw this at them, and they can't heal as much as they would, and it does pretty good damage. And then on the bottom here I have Resolute. This is going to be your best friend and worst enemy. It only breaks you free of like one stun, or one slow, or one Force Lightning effect, or I mean, it only breaks you from one. So if you get stunned multiple times, that's going to be your worst enemy. But if you end up in a solo fight where you only get stunned once, it's going to be your best friend. Rebuke, always use this in combat. Every time it comes up, it's going to reduce all damage, and then it's going to give damage back to your opponent, so you're doing even more DPS with your skills and your burns. And then this can last up to 30 seconds during combat, so very nice buff to have. Make sure you use it every time it comes up. And then of course Zen, we're using the Juyo form, increases the critical chance of burn attacks by 100%, which is needed. And what I like about it is that even if you use Overload Saber and then you're like 3 strikes or a Zealous Strike or a Slash in there to get the burn damage on them, and then you use your combo with Cauterize, and so they're burning away, and so you haven't built up all your centering yet, and you hit them with like a Blade Storm or something, and that gets your Zen activated where you have 30 stacks of centering. Hit Zen, and then automatically it starts critting all the burn damage that continues on them. So it's very nice that you can just kind of activate it, and all of a sudden the damage just goes out the roof. So definitely every time you get Zen, please use it. And then last but not least on here, I got Force Camo. I never thought with the 45-second cooldown, the long cooldown, that it was going to help me so much, but my survivability has really gone up. It's given me the chance to where I can go in and solo 1 or 2 people, get out, go heal, get back in, and then go back and finish off the 3rd or 4th guy. So, oh, and the nice thing is they can't target you, your enemy can't target you, but your allies can still target you to heal. So, not bad at all. The 4 seconds seems like it wouldn't even help you, but it does. It helps you get away. And that later on, as I mentioned in the skill tree, actually goes up to 6 seconds, and you can move it a little bit faster as well. Anyways, that's the basic rotation, and that's pretty much what you're going to use at 31. You're not going to have Overload Saber until about 30. I got it at 30. And you're not going to have maybe all these skills at like a level 10, but basically what you want to do is you want to build to try to get this particular rotation, because this is what you're going to be using most of the time. And I recommend that you do all your focus building first, and then your focus using. But whatever's comfortable for you is really what is going to matter. This is just kind of a tool to give you an idea of how you need to get it set up. Next, we're going to go into gear, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. Basically, your main stat is strength. You see mine's 621, and I believe that's buffed right now. Here, let me look. Yeah, it's buffed. So it's like 5 something, like 590 or something like that. But anyways, your main your main stat is strength. So you're gonna want a lot of strength, and behind that you're gonna want a lot of power. You don't need the critical because again, with Zen and the way you're building centering so fast, and your main two skills that you're using, which are burn effects, you're gonna get your criticals in. And a lot, I haven't really had an issue with like Master Strike or any of the other skills that I have really critting or not critting in an area where I needed it. So you don't need a lot of critical, but I kind of have a even balance because right now you can't find a lot of power even at level 31. So, but the main focus you want to look for are orange items. You see I only have 3, which is sad, but you want moddable gear as much as possible, and always look for strength and power. Like I said, I got critical there, power. Those are endurance, but the use for it is critical rating. And then I got critical power. So I got kind of an even amount of critical and power through here. I wish I had more power, but unfortunately at my level I really don't have access to that. But like I said, that's what you want, is strength and power for all your gear, and you want moddable as much as possible, which you probably won't get into later levels, but still. And then once you get to 50, I'll have a kind of a transitions guide coming up, and that will further help you out with the move to 50. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this guide. I know it was quick and to the point, but that's all there is to it. Look forward to the next installment on the guild generation guides. Bye.